In the midst of the bustling city, our protagonist found himself enveloped in an overwhelming wave of loneliness. The city, vibrant and full of life, was a stark contrast to his solitary existence. His world was a fortress, fortified by solitude and silence. The only sound echoing within his walls was the ticking of the clock, a constant reminder of his isolation. Our protagonist was a man, not unlike many others. He had a job, a home, a routine, yet there was something missing. His life was a monochrome painting, devoid of color and warmth, longing for a touch of companionship. He yearned for a connection, a presence that would break the monotony of his solitary existence. His mind wandered through the memories of shared laughter and whispered secrets, the warmth of another being. The absence was palpable, each passing day etching a profound emptiness into his heart. His home, once a sanctuary, now felt like a prison, echoing the silence of his solitude. The loneliness was not a choice, but a relentless companion, always lurking in the shadows. In this vast sea of solitude, he yearned for a beacon of hope, a spark to light up the darkness, a touch to warm the cold. His heart ached for companionship, a connection that could fill the void. He longed for a friend, a confidant, a companion. And then it dawned on him. A whisper of an idea, a glimmer of hope. A cat, a creature known for its independence yet capable of forming deep bonds. A living being that would fill his home with life, a life that he so desperately craved. A cat, he realized, could be the answer to his yearning, a companion in his solitude. The idea of a feline companion brought a flicker of hope to his heart, a smile to his face. He could imagine the soft purring, the gentle nudge, the shared silence. The loneliness would no longer be a burden but a shared journey. And so he decided a cat would be his companion in this vast sea of solitude. His life took a turn the day he brought home a furry little feline. A creature so small yet so full of life, it was as if a spark had been lit in the otherwise gloomy corners of his existence. The protagonist, a solitary man, found an unlikely companion in this cat. He named her Whiskers, for her long, playful whiskers that would twitch every time she was up to some mischief. Whiskers was more than just a pet. She was a friend, a confidant, a source of endless entertainment with her playful antics. Every day they would embark on new adventures together. From the chase of the elusive red dot to the hunt for the hidden treats, each day was a saga of fun-filled escapades. Whiskers was not just a spectator in his life, but an active participant, a partner in crime, a comrade in his solitude. The bond they formed was unlike any other. It was a bond of shared silence, of understanding, of companionship. His once quiet home was now filled with the gentle purring of Whiskers, a sound that was more comforting than any melody. The loneliness that once consumed him seemed to dissipate with every rub of Whiskers against his leg, every soft meow that filled the room. The protagonist found joy in the simplest of things, be it the gentle nudge of Whiskers waking him up in the morning, or the sight of her chasing her own tail. Every moment was a moment of pure bliss. His heart, once heavy with loneliness, now felt lighter, happier. Through Whiskers, he experienced a kind of love that was unconditional, pure, and selfless. A love that asked for nothing in return, yet gave everything. This unlikely companionship taught him the true essence of love and companionship, of being there for someone without any expectations. In the cat's purring, he found his solace, his peace, his companion. And thus, in the most unexpected of ways, he found the companionship he had always yearned for, in the form of a furry little feline called Whiskers. But life has a cruel sense of humor, and goodbyes are an inevitable part of it. The day came when the soft pitter-patter of little feline feet was silenced forever. The house, once filled with the comforting rhythm of a purring companion, was suddenly hushed. His feline friend, his confidant in solitude, had breathed her last, leaving our protagonist in a pool of profound grief. His heart ached as he held the lifeless body of his beloved pet. The vibrant eyes that once glowed with warmth and companionship were now dimmed. The body that once purred in contentment was now cold. The grief was all-encompassing, a wave threatening to pull him under. He mourned the loss of his friend, his companion, his family. He mourned the silence that now echoed through the house, the void left by the absence of his cat. The loss was palpable, a tangible emptiness that seemed to consume him. His heart, once again, was filled with an emptiness, an echo of a purr that was no more. Oh, in his grief, he found his purpose. The void left by the loss of his beloved cat ignited a spark within our protagonist, a spark that would soon turn into a blazing inferno. His heartache morphed into a resolve as strong as steel. He decided to embark on an ambitious journey to prolong the lives of our cherished pets. A journey that would take him to the frontiers of scientific research. He dove headfirst into the world of veterinary science, his mission clear as day: to unravel the secrets of longevity in cats and dogs. It was a path fraught with challenges, teetering on the edge of the known and the unknown. He had to grapple with complex theories, decipher cryptic research papers, and endure countless sleepless nights in the lab. Yet, he pressed on, driven by the memory of his feline companion and the love he bore for pets. Every success story has its enemies, lurking in the shadows. Our hero, in his quest to extend the lifelines of our beloved pets, had unknowingly set in motion a series of events that would lead to unforeseen consequences. His success had not gone unnoticed, and the powers that be were beginning to feel threatened. The veterinary pharmaceutical industry, a behemoth with deep pockets, was starting to see their profit margins shrink. You see, in this world, the longevity of pets is a double-edged sword. On one hand, you have the joy of companionship for a longer period of time. On the other hand, the industry thrives on the inevitability of a pet's short lifespan. The cycle of sickness, treatment, and eventually loss is a profitable one for them. And our hero was disrupting this cycle. The industry had grown fat and complacent, profiting from the heartache of pet owners. They had become accustomed to the way things were, and they were not willing to give up their profits without a fight. So, they hatched a plan to eliminate the threat to their livelihood. The decision was made in hushed whispers and secret meetings. They would not let their empire crumble because of one man's determination. They decided to send an assassin to silence him, to halt his research, and to preserve their profits. It was a ruthless move, but it was a survival tactic. They were willing to go to any lengths to protect their interests. They watched him, studied him, waited for the perfect moment. The assassin was skilled, a ghost in the shadows. He was prepared to strike when our hero least expected it. A plan was set in motion, one that would change the course of our hero's life forever. And so, a target was painted on his back, unbeknownst to him. In life, not every story has a happy ending. Our protagonist, a beacon of hope for pet lovers worldwide, meets a tragic and untimely end. His life, once filled with loneliness, then brimming with love and companionship, snuffed out in the blink of an eye. His family mourns, their tears a testament to the love they held for the man who dared to dream a world where pets could live as long as their human companions. The world reels in shock, the news of his passing spreading like wildfire. A man who was on the cusp of changing the world, silenced forever. Theories abound, whispers of conspiracy echo in hushed tones. Was it the government, the veterinary pharmaceutical industry, or a lone wolf afraid of the change he was bringing? The mystery deepens, leaving a chilling question hanging in the air. As the curtains close on his life, we are left with one burning question. Who is the killer?